Yeah, it's scary to think about. But through my painful and traumatic life lessons, I can help you. Hi, my name is Leanne, and welcome to my channel at I Say This With Love 33. I want to take this time to introduce myself, give a background, let you know who I am and what I'm about. My name is Leanne. I'm 57. I am a mom, a grandma, an aunt, a sister, a retired preschool teacher. I am a cat mom, cat gram, and I am a yoga teacher. I am a woman who has gone through the first 54 years of her life not conscious of being true to herself. I have been on a beautiful journey for the last 3 years of healing and going through some very deep healing work. I want to share that and give people the awareness and the understanding that we are all in this together. Like, we are all humans on this earth going through trials, tribulations, lessons, trauma, but we're also going through beautiful times, love, peace, joy. There's a little bit of everything, but a lot of times in our lives, things become unbalanced. And that's what happened to me. So in the last 3 years, I've been able to work through that, learn that, understand that, acknowledge that, feel that, and balance myself out to where I'm at a space where I am just full of peace and joy and love and light. And I am really living my best life. I want everybody to feel the way I do, and that's why I'm here. I'm going to do my best to get this content out to you. I am new to YouTube. I am obviously in the age where I didn't grow up with computers and technology. And then even when computers and technology did come around, I was like, "Peh, I don't want any part of that. No, thank you." Didn't interest me at all. And now here I am, finding myself all these years later, trying to learn how to work the computer and the phone and editing and all these things. So I'm learning, and every day is a learning process. And I absolutely love that, because once you stop learning, then you kind of just die. And I am at a place where, I'm going to probably put stuff out there and there might be mistakes, but that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, because that's how you learn. You get back up, wipe off those knees, and keep moving forward. So here I am, making my mistakes and doing the best that I can in an authentic manner. I am learning how to edit. I'm still working on that, so hold some space for me, please, on that. I would like to let you know how many things in life I have experienced, and I'm sure we've all experienced them, but maybe in just a different manner, or maybe on a different path. My whole life has, now that I can look back and think about it, has been one big lesson, like lesson after lesson after lesson to learn. I have experienced through my 57 years so many hard things and have lived to talk about it. So now here I am talking about it. I have experienced how to live and get back the loss of myself through my traumatic childhood that I had. I grew up in an alcoholic, dysfunctional, toxic household. The cops came to our house multiple times. We got ripped out of our beds and taken to a hotel. I lived in an area where there was like helicopters and cop cars all the time, every day. I grew up in the 70s, so we were out on the streets till very late at night, barefoot, probably seeing things that we shouldn't be seeing. I absolutely learned a lot from that. As a child, I didn't want to create waves and cause any problems and make life easier for my mom. So I learned how to give up the control of my voice, or just my voice. I stuffed my feelings, my thoughts, my everything inside, so that there was no other problems for anybody else. I learned how to sweep things under the rug and just keep moving forward. That's not gonna be a healthy life tool to take with you. And I would like to share that just straight out of the gate. That was me for the first 54 years of my life. So if I can help anybody to stop that process, if you're there, your voice matters. Everything you think, everything you feel matters, and it's important to get it out. Thank you. I have experienced raising kids. I have experienced the highs, the lows, the joys of birthing a child, and the hard times of going through those first years of life without any sleep and without a book on how to be a mom, how to raise another human. Like, oh my God, I come home from the hospital and I have to take care of this little tiny human. What am I supposed to do? I really wish that we had lessons on how to parent in school, but we don't. But I can help you with that. I've experienced that. I've got kids. They're adults now. I've got grandkids. That's my cat, Mittens. She's my little angel. I have been through empty nest syndrome. I have been through, this is a big one, hormonal imbalance, perimenopause, oy vey, menopause. I have to tell you, I had a very hard journey with perimenopause, a very long journey. I have a journal, I have research, I have documentation, feel like I have graduated from the school of hard knocks, go Lee, yeah, through perimenopause and other issues in my life. I'm gonna make a lot of videos about this journey because I felt that heavy. I went through 9 years, and I don't mean to scare anybody, but for me personally, it was a 9-year journey of perimenopause, of learning through trials and tribulations, but I did it, I got there, and I have a lot that I can help you with. Ladies in that area, menopause, another area. I am beyond that now. I'm feeling amazing. I have kicked its butt. I am level. I have so many tools and ways of getting through the days and dealing with these periods in our lives that every woman on earth, if they live to be that age, or even if they go through it early, can get to. It's really disheartening how here in America, maybe just America, I don't know, I don't live anywhere else, but we don't talk about it. It's kind of shameful to be like at that age where, oh my God, like she must be going through a midlife crisis, or look at her belly. Oh my God, why is she sweating? Is she having a hot flash? Oh, she must be old. Oh, she's ready to kick to the curb. Wow, what an eye-opening experience that was. And I can't wait to make a video on that because I am so passionate about that. It's so devastating to think how many women in our world are going through each day completely unaware of what's going on with their body, what they can do, how they can be proactive. I can't wait for that. I am also what do I want to say? I am an experienced person who has learned to never say never. I talked about this in my first video, but leading up to this, I'm gonna say I have been through a divorce recently. My first and only marriage and divorce, a learning experience that kind of like kicked me to the curb. I was never intending to get divorced. That was a huge lesson of self-reflection, learning to never say never. I have a lot to talk about with that. And I did that with love and compassion. And I'm at a beautiful space now where I can look back and see all the lessons that I called in to learn through my ex. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that experience. And I would love to be able to help anybody out there, male or female, how to get through such a raw and emotional, traumatic time in one's life through divorce. It can be done with love and grace. And I am full proof of that. And I will put that out in a video. going through divorce, I experienced the guilt and the shame of dismantling the family that I had built with my ex. All the expectations, I'm going to do this when I'm older and have my kids and their families and my grandkids over to my house every Sunday, and we're going to have a big meal and we're all going to be close and together. And going through that change in my life and getting divorced and dismantling that whole story I had in my mind and my heart and my soul was like, wow. That was heavy fear, heavy guilt, heavy shame at the beginning of that process. I worked a lot through that, a lot of tears, a lot of deep going inward, a lot of healing my own inner child and what I had placed in my subconscious of what I'm going to do in my life that I didn't have in my childhood and throughout my life. And now I'm at this space where I am tearing it apart and dismantling it for my own life, my own need and ability to stay alive on this earth. Was I had to detach and step away from the life I was in, because I had to learn how to love myself and be here for myself and put myself in a space where I'm going to be on this earth for a long time, because now I have grandkids that absolutely woke up my soul, woke me up to deficiencies that I had. And looking at this grandchild, my first one specifically that was born, and the minute she came to this earth, I felt a connection and like, whoa, I was put on this earth to be a gram. Like, this is absolutely beautiful and so powerful. And if it wasn't for me and having a part in it, this beautiful little human wouldn't be here on this earth. And that brought me some awareness to my heart and give me some power that I had given away throughout my whole life. These little babies have brought me back to myself. They have helped bring me back to myself. So many things to talk about, so much knowledge, so much research and life experience under my belt. Yeah, I may not be super savvy at computers and filming and maybe even saying some of the words that the young people say. My kids will laugh at me sometimes, like, Mom, nobody uses that word anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And like I said in my first video, like being a preschool teacher of 4 and 5-year-olds, like if I make a mistake or if I say the wrong word or I do the wrong movement, they're going to point it out and show me everything that's wrong. And I'm able to accept that. I love constructive criticism. I love to be able to be like, aha. And I did learn this in preschool, because I wasn't like this before I started preschool for 8 years as a teacher. But I was never able to self-reflect and look inward and be like, how can I change things? What can I do to make things easier, make it better, make it more knowledgeable for myself, for others? How can I change me to better the classroom and all these kiddos that I'm with each day? Self-reflection, the learning of observation. I learned a lot about observation and just observing somebody. I learned all this in preschool. I laugh because I used to tell my director, like, man, I learned so much in preschool every day. Like, I am learning so much more than my students are. They have taught me so much. And just basic human skills that I never used in my life of observation, self-reflection, holding your words, or just not reacting, but maybe responding. It's not safe to hold your words, and I take that back because I did that for the first 54 years of my life. But it's important to get what is on our mind and what is in our heart and what is in our gut out. Yes, It's important to be mindful how those words come out, but it's not our responsibility of how they are taken. And that's something huge that I have learned. I have always been a person of like, well, I better not say how I feel, or I better not cause any waves, or I just better sweep everything under the rug because I don't want to cause any problems. I didn't know how to handle healthy arguments, anger, things that we don't, connect on. Nobody's right and nobody's wrong, but I always took the back seat of, oh, I'm wrong. I just better shut your mouth, Lee. Just let the other person be right for the sake of keeping everything and everybody happy. Bleh. Boy, is that toxic. So I'm going to make these videos. I'm going to do the best that I can to be as raw and authentic as I can. Yeah, sometimes it's going to hurt. And the reason I named this handle, and I say this with love, because I do say this with love, it is painful. It is deep. You might not be ready to go in that deep. You might just be scratching the surface of thinking, like I haven't been feeling myself. I'm feeling a little angry, or I'm feeling like nobody loves me or nobody understands. You might be feeling like a victim. You might be feeling like I need to grab my life by the balls and move forward. I don't know. You could be any space in your journey, but I am here to put it out there that no matter where you are, there is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel if you choose to do the work to get there. That's a huge, huge part of the process. There's choices in life. Everything in life is a choice, for the better or the worse, for good or for bad, for healing or not healing. It's a choice, and we're all at a different space in our lives. I have a lot of stories with my coworkers and my past friends, my acquaintances, like, being some different ages and at different stages in life, and watching what different people were going through while I was going through my own stuff. And I'm able to look back and be like, oh, aha, that's what that meant. That's what that was. Like, we can't judge anybody because we've never walked in anybody's shoes. We all might walk a similar path with a little bit of a different story, but to judge and to put laughter or hostility or bitterness towards is not a good space to be. And I've learned all this. So I would love to hear your comments. If you have any questions, if there's a specific topic you would like to talk about, ask me a question. Leave it in the comments. I'm going to do my best to get back to everybody. This is a beautiful space, and I'm just going to keep continuing to make these videos because somewhere, someone at some time is going to be at a dark spot in their life like I was, and I want to let you know, like, I do say this with love, and I'm here to help you any way that I can. Us as a community, as a collective, we are all the same, no matter what part of the world we live in. We all have hearts. We all have our five senses. We all have our intuition that is important to listen to. So I thank you for visiting my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. My name is Leanne, and I say this with love, 33.